Look at how squishy they are! These super cute and gooey matcha mochi muffins are going to be your new favorite dessert. They're so easy to make and you can do it all in one bowl. This brown sugar heart, by the way, was totally unplanned for, but it's perfect. Anyways, so one bowl means less washing. I saw someone else making mochi muffins and I had to hop on this with a little spin. If you've never had mochi, then you need to try it. The texture is so soft and squishy, but when you bake it, it's super crispy on the outside. Anyways, this is the brand of matcha I use. I wish I could read it, but I guess you can screenshot it for now. And as for the mochiko flour, it's basically the same as glutinous rice flour, so if you have that, that works too. Please don't come for me. I know this bowl was way too small and I struggled. But it worked out in the end. Also, I apologize in advance because this recipe actually makes a little bit more than 12, so you're gonna have a couple odd ones out. Sorry. Anyways, the super soft and squidgy inside with the super crispy outside is so addictive. Enjoy, my friends.
Okay, I can't think of the last time I flipped pancakes. These sheet pan pancakes are so easy and delicious, and they turn out perfect every single time. Here's how to make it. We're gonna start by mixing our wet ingredients: eggs, sugar, vanilla paste or extract, and milk and melted butter. Then sift in the dry ingredients: all-purpose flour, baking soda, baking powder, and salt. Then mix until combined. Then pour your batter into a prepared sheet pan, spread it out, then top it off with any of your favorite toppings. I did chocolate chips, you can do blueberries, banana, any fresh fruit. Then bake at 425 Fahrenheit on the middle rack for 15 to 18 minutes. Look how perfect they look. Cut them up, serve them up with some fresh fruit, whipped cream, some powdered sugar, and maple syrup. They're delicious, easy to make, so fluffy, and they're just perfect to feed your family for breakfast during the holidays or really at any time. They're just so easy. Enjoy.
How to make mango sago with coconut milk. Boil 1 cup of tapioca pearls for 10 minutes. Turn off heat and cover with the lid for 10 more minutes. Once it's translucent, drain and rinse with cold water. Cut 3 to 4 ripe mangoes into cubes and reserve 1 cup for toppings. In a blender, add the mangoes, 1 can of coconut milk, and 4 tablespoons of condensed milk. Then transfer to a bowl. Add in the sago and mix. Serve this in a glass and top with some fresh mangoes. Then place in the fridge to serve cold. You guys have to save this mango lemon bar recipe. Get 1 cup of softened butter, half a cup of powdered sugar, and 1.5 cups of flour. Mix together. Press into the bottom of a parchment lined pan. Bake at 350 degrees for 20 minutes. Blend half a cup of diced mango. In a bowl, combine 4 eggs, 1.25 cup of powdered sugar. Mix together and then add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 3/4 cup of lemon juice, and 1/3 cup of flour. Mix together, add the mango puree and mix again. Pour this over the baked crust and bake for another 30 minutes. Once it cools, dust with some powdered sugar.
Hey guys, let's make this Greek yogurt lemon sheet cake. I was experimenting with some ingredients today and I was so sure that this recipe was going to turn out really bad because I made so many mistakes along the way of baking, but it turned out so delicious I have to share it with you guys. You want to start by zesting a lemon, preferably using a microplane, but I didn't have one so I did it by hand. Then in your mixing bowl, you want to cream your butter and sugar and then add your Greek yogurt. Then you want to add in the dry ingredients including flour, lemon zest, salt, baking powder, and baking soda. At this point, your cake batter is going to look a little bit thick. Don't worry, we're going to be adding eggs later. So in a separate mixing bowl, you want to separate out 2 egg whites and then one of the yolks need to go into your cake batter. The other one, you can save it for something else. With the 2 egg whites, we're going to be making a really soft meringue, so slowly incorporate in the castor sugar and then beat it until it's glossy. It should kind of look like a really runny marshmallow fluff. Fold everything through and then spread it out evenly on a baking tray. I'm using a brownie tin with a little bit of butter on it. Pop this in the oven to bake at 175 degrees Celsius for about 15 to 20 minutes. Lastly, just cover it with some lemon drizzle and that's it.
This is for all of you who asked me for a plain vanilla mochi recipe. Start by mixing all of the dry ingredients and then mix that together well. Then add all of the wet ingredients and combine everything together. And then you want to grease 4 muffin tins and then dust with rice flour. Make sure you don't use liners because it'll stick. Then just pour that evenly, bake at 350 for 20 minutes, and then when you take it out, let it rest for another 5 minutes. So these are one of my favorite desserts. They are crispy on the outside and then soft and chewy inside.
Okay, here's how to make chocolate Oreo truffles. So I feel like I've seen this recipe all over the internet, but basically you just grab Oreos and blitz them in a food processor, then add some cream cheese and continue blitzing until it forms a smooth paste. So if you don't have a food processor, you can really just smash the Oreos yourself and mix in the cream cheese by hand. Then chill the dough in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. Then once it's a bit firmer, you can take it out, scoop little balls and roll it between your hands. Then once you've done that, just put them all in the freezer for about an hour. Then go ahead and melt some white chocolate and dip your Oreo balls in the white chocolate and put it on some baking paper so they can set. For the decorations, I just use Oreos and some leftover sprinkles, but you can just use whatever you have. And yeah, super easy. That's pretty much it. Alright, today we're making mini Basque cheesecakes. These are so much easier to make than regular cheesecake. So you'll start by lining a muffin pan with some baking paper, then grab room temperature cream cheese, add some sugar, and give that a stir. Then you can crack in an egg, add some vanilla essence and a pinch of salt, and give that a stir. Once everything is smooth, you can add your heavy cream, and guess what? You can give it another stir. Lastly, add your all-purpose flour, so this will help to thicken the mixture. And honestly, that's pretty much it. So I transferred it into a jar so it was easier to pour. But basically distribute it evenly among your muffin pan and bake for 30 minutes at 220 degrees Celsius. Make sure they've cooled completely before eating. But yeah, these are great because they don't have to look perfect, but they still taste good. So yeah.